Welcome to another game on WTV12. Today we have a game from Zotac Cup number 321. It's Yumiko, the Chinese human player, versus Thu, the Chinese also a human player. This time though, he's going to go Night Elf. So let's jump right into the game. And in this game, Thu chooses Night Elf because he really never plays a human mirror. So the only time you see him play human mirror is when he randoms human against players like Infi or Yumiko, but this time he's choosing Night Elf, something he typically does. He likes to play a lot of Panda versus human. He does go undead sometimes, but most of the time Night Elf, so it's not like he's not trying to win. He just doesn't like human mirror, and he feels he has a better chance going Night Elf against human. In the pink we have Yumiko. Yumiko is not as well known as Thu. He's relatively new to the scene as far as Warcraft 3 goes, and he's really, really good. Most of the Chinese human players are really good. Sky was so popular that whenever the Chinese Warcraft 3 scene got really big, many players chose human because of Sky and because of Thu. So things looking pretty standard here from Yumiko. Just an altar, a barracks. He didn't send a fast scout to see that Thu is actually doing a tavern build here, but as I said, tavern builds are very common with Thu. He usually likes to go Panda, so the Altar of Elders is going down now for Thu. This game is round 5 of Zotac Cup, so whoever wins this game will advance on to the grid stages, and this is actually one of the bigger matches of this Zotac. Whoever wins this may go on to win the entire thing. Thu is the favorite to win this matchup just because of his past accomplishments. He recently won AWC against Moon in the Grand Finals, also winning WCG against Moon in the Grand Finals of WCG 2013. That doesn't mean Yumiko can't win, however. He has been practicing a lot lately, and in the last Zotac Cups and IFIN Cups that he's participated in, he's had really strong games. So right now, Thu just getting ready to creep this mercenary camp, waiting to get his hero. Yumiko, instead of scouting his base, he does have a footman outside of the tavern just to make sure that Thu is getting a tavern hero, so this footman will scout, and Thu does get the panda, so typical move for Thu. He does get the panda. On the other side of the map, Yumiko starts to creep the mercenary camp and decides against it since this wisp is here. The wisp would be able to detonate on the elementals of Yumiko, so he decides to go ahead and creep a green instead. The panda of Thu running to get ready to creep his mercenary camp, trying to add some levels to that. Panda, most of the time Panda is chosen because humans like to fast expand against Night Elf, and with the human fast expansion, the Panda is so strong that he can just do a lot of Breath of Fires and take down the expansion. So right now, Thu creeping the orange camp, and Yumiko actually deciding not to continue creeping and not expand. He's going to harass with the Archmage, so a bit of an aggressive play here by Yumiko, trying to stop the creeping of Thu. He doesn't want the panda to get too high in levels, so a nice strategy here to counter the panda. The panda can't do a lot of damage when it's still level 1. So if Yumiko can deny any of these units and deny some of the experience on the panda, he's actually able to take down 2 archers there, so really nice play by Yumiko, and a bit of a miss micro by Thu. So if Yumiko continues to play like this, deny the experience of the panda, and take down some of these units, he's going to be at a very big advantage here. You can see that he's also going to creep this green while he is fighting these archers here. He needs to be careful with his footman. A nice hide there by Thu, but the Archmage will get level 2 as his militia creeps the green camp. More focus going down on his archers, so there is level 2, so the Archmage will have Brilliance Aura now to keep the water elementals up during this early game harass. It is, the boots of speed are available now, so it looks like Yumiko is going to buy boots to be able to chase down archers, and perhaps buy dust as well for all these hidden archers that are being hidden with low HP. Thu unable to creep this orange camp still with Yumiko running around, so Yumiko decides not to buy dust right now and continue the pressure, as you saw the panda was waiting outside of the orange camp. Back in the base you can see that Yumiko is almost halfway to tier 2, ahead of the tech of Thu, so Yumiko has no intention of doing any type of fast expansion here against the panda, so Thu's strategy not working so well in the early game with this very aggressive play by Yumiko, something that you typically don't see in human versus Night Elf matchups. It's usually the Night Elf player that is being the aggressive player, with a human playing very defensively with towers and things like that. So quite refreshing to see Yumiko being aggressive with human. Panda now getting off a nice breath of fire there, getting some low HP footmen. Yumiko microing very nicely, keeping all of those units away. Hasn't lost any footmen, I do believe. So the Panda still only halfway to level 2, only 100 experience, needing 200 to get to level 2. So the Archer getting the Moonwell here at this outside of this expansion. The Panda getting very low, so Thu needs to be careful with his hero. The Archmage also getting fairly low, only 243 HP, so Yumiko needs to watch out with the Archmage. A nice detonate there on the Water Elemental, so Thu trying to get closer to level 2 and subsequently level 3 on that Panda to really be able to hold off these footmen in the early game. Yumiko's tech is just now finishing. He's adding a blacksmith, so it looks like he's going to try to do a rifle caster sky style push here. And he does pick up a second hero at the tavern. He gets an alchemist, so a very interesting hero choice here from Yumiko. The alchemist, very strong, does a lot of damage, so able to continue with this aggressive type play here. The alchemist doing a lot of DPS. So Thu finally able to creep more of this orange camp here. However, the Panda is getting quite low here, so he needs to be very careful. He does have a troll shadow priest, so he's able to heal up that Panda just a little bit. Lightning shield on this Archer. Yumiko, instead of trying to go for the creep jack, he is going to try to destroy this Hunter's Hall. That is, and now the Ancient of Wonders, that'll, if he is able to take down this Hunter's Hall, it will slow the tier 2 production of Thu. He won't be able to produce any dryads or bears later on. So he actually gets a heal wave first for the alchemist, so definitely a very interesting choice here. You rarely see that spell because the healing from the alchemist heals any units that's within the area of effect, including enemy units. So if he does use that heal and the Panda's there, it will heal up the Panda. So he does heal up these footmen with it, however. So Yumiko actually trying a different strategy here, playing very nicely with this aggressive push. The Panda getting focused a little bit there. He needs to be careful with his Shadow Priest here. It looks like it's about to go down. So Yumiko continues with this early pressure. In his base, you can see one Sanctum has gone up, and Sorceresses are starting to go up, and Breath of Fire going down on this Panda. However, Healing Wave being used, this heal, so this Footman is almost able to survive, and basically he negated a lot of the damage that came from those Breath of Fires. So Yumiko needs to be careful here, however. If he uses this heal and gets too close to these archers, he could heal those units. So now you can see that the archers or the footmen are basically fully healed, even though they just took a lot of damage from that Breath of Fire. So this alchemist is proving to be a very good hero choice here in this early game push, with the heal spray able to heal up these footmen and allow this push to continue. Sorceress now here, able to slow down this Panda, and very low Archer here that will most likely go down soon. And right now Yumiko focusing down on this Panda. Thu has actually opted in for a Demon Hunter second, so something that you don't see very often is a Demon Hunter second. The Panda getting very low here, 3 HP, the Panda goes down, so even though the Thu had a TP, I guess he figured that even if he TP'd, he has no Moonwell, so the Panda was going to go down anyway. So the Panda does go down, and Yumiko having a very strong push here, and Thu really looking out of his element. As I said, he plays Night Elf a lot against human, but you typically don't see this type of aggressive human play against Night Elf, so perhaps Thu was just really unaccustomed to this style and doesn't really have an answer for it right now. Heal Spray being an excellent choice, keeping these riflemen alive, even regenerating this low footman. The Demon Hunter does snag one footman kill, but it looks like militia are coming for Yumiko, so he's going to try a tower push here. The Panda halfway finished for Thu, so only a level 2 Panda. Once that Panda does get level 3, it may be a bit of more of a problem. This Alchemist won't be able to really out-heal the Breath of Fire with the Alchemist still level 1. Over here come the Militia, almost getting a Demon Hunter surround here. So Yumiko still trying to get this surround. He may get it. No, it looks like the Demon Hunter is going to get away. Running back to the left. A bit of a chase here, and the Demon Hunter running backwards, hitting those creeps for some reason, I guess to get ensnared to go off on the Rifleman, so the Demon Hunter does get away. So excellent micro there by Thu. Must be a bit of a Dota champion. And now the Panda is out, so he does have Breath of Fire again to be able to do some damage against all of these peasants. So instead of putting up towers right now, Yumiko is putting up an Arcane Vault. He doesn't have a lumber mill right now, so he cannot put up any type of guard towers. The shop goes down for Thu. Thu trying to put up some proxy lures here outside of his base, but one is going to go down. He does have a second lure up already, however, so, and now he's rebuilding the ancient lure that was just destroyed. Yumiko has a lot of riflemen trying to attack some moonwells and continue to increase the pressure here on Thu. So Thu looking like he may be in a position that he may not be able to come back from here. Even though he was the favorite, Yumiko's strategy has been top-notch right now, and he gets Chemical Rage for the Alchemist, so the Alchemist and the Riflemen are going to try to take down the main, and not much that Thu is going to be able to do to stop this. He can try to repair, but he just doesn't really have many units here, as you can see, towards his natural that he can do stop this attack with. So using Heal Spray again, healing up some of his units. The first tower does go down, so Yumiko deciding not to attack the main for right now. Focus on these units that are outside of his base. He's trying to run away. The Panda has gotten level 3, so after creeping his natural expansion, the Panda is level 3. As you can see, Breath of Fire doing a lot of damage to these Riflemen. We don't see any more Heal Spray being used right now from the Alchemist, but a second Breath of Fire has gone off. He's footman very low. He does have a shop here, so he can pick up a Scroll of Regeneration and heal up these Riflemen and Peasants without wasting another Heal Spray here. But he does decide to go ahead and use Heal Spray. So the Alchemist being very strong, that Heal Spray doing a lot of healing, more than one would expect. We really don't see that hero come out very often. So more focus down here on the Panda running away. Thu has done a good job of keeping pressure off of his Tree of Ages, so his main is still alive. Thu able to build some tier 2 units now. So right now, even though Yumiko has had a very huge early game advantage, picking off a lot of units, Thu is still not out of the game entirely. He does have these lures up, but it looks like Yumiko is going to try to go down here and kill these tier 2 production buildings. The Panda getting very low. Knight has finally gotten here, so he will be able to use these Moonwells to heal up on this Demon Hunter and possibly these Dryads, but this lore being focused down. Panda trying to use another Breath of Fire. However, the Alchemist still has enough mana, and the Alchemist continues to use Heal Spray to just negate everything that Panda is able to do. So a very, very smart choice here by Yumiko, and a very nice play in this Night Elf vs Human matchup. Thu looking like he really has no answer for this Alchemist here, and the Moonwell is able to heal up the Panda there. Demon Hunter getting very low. He does have a health potion, so he uses the potion. No staff here for the Panda. Another Breath of Fire goes off. Not enough mana yet for the Alchemist to use Heal Spray, but he should have enough fairly soon with Brilliant Sword working there. Going to try to take down the second Ancient Lord. So uses a Breath of Fire and TP's out for Thu. He's going to try to go to his main, use what few Moonwells he does have there, take out this tower. So Thu doing everything he can to try to stay in this game. A few hits that came from all the way from the bottom when he TP'd just made their way to hit Thu's units. That was a bit interesting. But these Moonwells and Ancient Lords are going down. So Thu, even though he does take down the tower that was in his base, the Arcane Tower, he has no tier 2 production buildings. He is going to try to put up an Ancient Wonders here, but still, without the ability to produce anything tier 2, he's trying to put up a proxy expansion. So Thu being a bit risky here, even though he is getting all of his buildings demolished, he's still trying to expand. But he has no tier 2 buildings to produce any units from. So no Ancient Lords going down still. He does have a Wisp down here. He may try to put up a building later. But Yumiko does look like he's going to check for the expansion, and Yumiko will see this expansion here. So the Rifleman does see the expansion. So it looks like Thu won't be able to get that up. If he were able to get that expansion up, this game might change. But right now it looks like Yumiko with a huge advantage in the early to mid game. Very weak Dryads here. The Demon Hunter actually falls. I missed that. But Yumiko is able to chase down the Demon Hunter and get the kill on the Demon Hunter. So right now, only a level 3 Panda. And a few Dryads here for Thu. Yumiko going back to the main. Going to try to do one final push here, it looks like. And I do believe there still were some peasants. The peasants have been sent back to his base now. So we won't see any more towers. The Ancient Lord trying to go back up in Thu's base. The Alchemist doing some damage. He's going to try to take down this Altar of Elders. Without this Altar of Elders, there will be no Demon Hunter, so it'll be really hard for Thu to stop the water elementals from just taking over in this game. Another nice breath of fire going off. The alchemist not able to use healing spray just yet, but he is able to focus down on this panda. Now heal spray going off. Another breath of fire, completely negated by that heal wave, or the heal spray rather. So the Demon Hunter almost out now, but Yumiko is going to try to focus down on this altar again. Wisp detonating everywhere, trying to get some experience on the panda while he kills the water elementals, and it looks like the altar will go down. So no more Demon Hunter for Thu. Thu trying to use he used a mana potion, so he does have enough for another breath. However, he is only basically a panda against all of this stuff, all of the army of Yumiko, and Yumiko uses a heal wave and heal spray on all of his units, so his units are basically full HP now, even though they just got hit by a breath of fire. Some mercenaries coming out for Thu, trying to do everything he can to build up an army. However, his Ogre Mauler is away from his units, so another breath of fire going off, almost losing his units. The sorceress goes down, so Yumiko trying to do one final stand here against Thu because it doesn't look like Thu's going to run away. The panda getting very low, and another heal spray going off, another archer going down, so Thu's entire army is melted away. Breath of Fire not able to do anything against this alchemist, so the alchemist basically winning the game against this panda here for Yumiko. And Thu trying to keep these units alive. His Forest Troll Berserker goes down, a second Troll Berserker going down, another Breath of Fire, and looks like now all that Thu has is a panda. So the panda trying to solo against the entire human army here. Nothing else that Thu can really do. He's not building buildings anywhere else on the map, and Thu calls GG. So Yumiko versus Thu, even though Thu was the favorite, choosing Night Elf, getting the panda, was completely negated by the alchemist and micro of Yumiko. So stay tuned for more games. Keep checking back on War3 TV to see awesome games like Yumiko versus Thu.